but it could be that it hurts people from engaging with God when you're too informal.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's just kind of talk about this, because I know as churches were kind of moving towards mega church decades ago, and we kind of had this whole thing where it's like, all right, now we're going to add donuts.
Yep.
Now we're going to add coffee. Now we're going to add, flip-flops, all of it, to make sure that we've got as casual and relaxed of an environment as we possibly can have. Recently, I've been hearing some worship leaders start to shift away from that and come back to a place of, we don't do coffee anymore, or we don't do snacks anymore, because how can you clap your hands, or how can you raise your hands, or whatever with a coffee? And, it's that typical thing where you're sitting out there, you're just giving your heart to God as a worship leader. And then you look out and there's a guy out there, just looking around, sipping his coffee, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's a little too informal potentially.
Mm-hmm. Thinking through that whole kind of question, I do think people that want to worship will worship regardless if they have coffee or not. They'll put it down, But I do see that it could be a crutch for some people to not want to engage. Maybe people who are a little less comfortable engaging, and something like that could make a difference,
Mm. So those last two things we talked about, like it can be distracting from worshiping God, like making a deep connection with God, if it's too formal or if it's too informal.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere in the middle, we as churches have got to figure out where we're going to be.